Hey, it's lit. Welcome to RGTP. You already know the drill. This week, we're going to start with something everybody's been waiting for, and that's none other than Donda. Have you got to listen to any of it, Mamba? I know you got to take on it. I know you got something to say.
I haven't listened to it because I know you said it was on YouTube, and I went on there, and it's literally just this dude performing at the stadium. So I didn't even click on it because I knew the audio was probably going to be garbage,
I
right?
can find you the link for the music.
So, yeah, so I didn't even click on it. But my question is, how many times can Kanye say, "Oh yeah, Donda coming out, coming out. Oh, Donda coming out. Oh, we working on." How many times until everyone's like, you know what? I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm done with this. You drop it or don't. We're done.
That's where I'm at, Mama. As soon as you said it was coming out, I was done. I was like, all right, dude, forget it.
Forget it.
Yeah, I'm out.
I think it's an Apple Music exclusive at the moment.
Oh,
like you have to add.
That's why I
Like you have to add.
That's why I haven't listened to it. To be honest,
When it drops, it drops. You know,
When we all have access, we all have access.
I'm not waiting for it.
Yeah, I listened to Hurricane, the Weekend and Lil Baby song. It's all right. I think he has another one with Jay-Z. He's had a lot of antics in the fucking Mercedes Benz. He's getting levitated by like ropes. He's getting like ascended up to heaven. He looks crazy. His shit's looking crazy. I don't know what he's doing.
Paying $1 million a night to stay there.
Basically, you seen his little room? He's in like a little box.
yeah.
I mean,
He's in like a little cubby.
A man is in a cell with a flat screen on the wall.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Kanye. And he's just like performing Donda whenever he feels like it. Like everyone just piles in and he just performs randomly. I don't get where this is going.
I will say though, earlier I found out that Donda was his mother's name. So like, if he wants this album to be perfect because it seems like it's a tribute to her, because rest in peace, I completely understand it. But don't, like, it's dropping. It's dropping. Is it though? Is it?
Oh, wouldn't know. Wouldn't be able to fucking tell you.
To that point, if it's about his mother, then it's probably never dropping because it's never going to live up to her name.
Who knows? That would be some shit. Yeah. That would be some shit. It's like, you know what? This isn't good enough. I'd be damned. Jay, did you get a chance to play any of it?
I did not, honestly. Apple Music, and I looked on YouTube, but like I didn't really know what I was looking for, to be honest. I searched up Donda, Kanye West, and it brought me to a bunch of shit.
Yeah, and nothing on there was by like his official YouTube. It was by like all these other channels, and it's like, is that actually part of Donda, or is this person just using the Donda name to get the views?
I heard that they took the baby off of the album.
No way.
I heard that. I think
Julian
was saying.
Told you, bro. You didn't
hear
a song by him. You did not hear that song by him.
That's all. That's what I heard. That's sources of my god brother that lives with me, but I don't know.
Damn.
Could be wrong.
There's no damn. The baby's down bad if he's just getting kicked off of albums now.
Like cancel culture, I think. I don't know. It's like some bullshit.
Down goes the baby hard. That'd be some shiesty ass shit.
If it's true, I really don't know. But I heard. Julian said, "Damn, they're taking the baby off Donda. Why they doing my nigga like that?"
I wonder if that's true. I've never seen like a track list, so I don't know any of the features or anything like that.
You're never going to know a track list because it could change the hour before it comes out.
That's true,
you know what I mean?
That's fucking true, too.
Music.
I know, right? That's some shady ass shit. Hopefully we get Donda soon. We're going to switch up real quick. We got some money tips and some money facts on the stock market with Mr. Dan and a special guest. I'll give you the floor. You come switch with me, man. You come up, get in front of the camera. Yes, sir. Y'all come talk it up. We're going to help y'all make some money with some investors, with some people that are into the stock market.
Devin don't know much about it.
Yeah, you know this man's about to make you some money when he comes in looking like this. Button up. Where's the tie, man? Where's the tie at? We need the tie to go with.
Yeah, I had a little something to do before I got here today, you know.
My boy Drizzy is the one who knows about the stock market. But
You know, Greg.
No, but I made some money off DraftKings last week. If you guys know about the options market, that's the way to make money right now. I don't know how to explain options. Real easy if you put your mind to it. But it takes some learning. Options are the gambling of the stock market. Like you can put money in, like Devin said, and watch it grow and they forget about it. But if you want to make money now and like make money tomorrow, options is the way to go. But you'll also lose that money the same quick way that you'll.
It's all about research, though.
Yeah, like you got to do a lot of research, and you got to be tolerant to losing money because if you're not, you're gonna cry.
Like gambling.
It is like gambling. There is gambling, but there's control to it. I mean, I akin it to blackjack. Like slots is pure gambling. Like there's no control. You put your money in, you flip a switch, bro. You either win or you don't.
Yeah.
Like blackjack, it's kind of the same thing. You put your money in, you win or you don't. But you can kind of be like, "Oh, I stay."
You kind of control it.
You have some element of control, and then whatever the dealer can hit 21, and you have 20, whatever, bro. Like,
kind of can't control that
part. You can't control that.
That's like the thing with the options. That's like, it's almost like a day trading. You have to look at it every single day, stay on top of it, because if you don't, then like if you don't pull out the right time, you're gonna lose that money.
The same thing with the options. Like I could be up $100 1 minute, $10. 10 minutes goes by, I'm down $100. So you have to be quick with it, but there's different factors to look into, like the theta of the option itself, the contract. If I were to explain it in full detail right now, I think I'd overwhelm a lot of the viewers. But I could give you some tickers to look at for the long run. You're probably going to want to look at a ticker called OCGN, who has a vaccine coming out, who is going to get approved by the World Health Organization in the next couple of weeks. So if they get approved, big money there. Who else is looking at pretty good plays coming up? Like I said, I made money on DraftKings. They had some good earnings. Dude, Tesla, always good.
Tesla and Apple, those are my top two.
Apple has a new pay feature where you can kind of buy stuff in the App Store, but pay as you go. So that will increase the revenue for the long run. So if you just put money in Apple and like let it sit, I guarantee you'll just make money. But you have to put money in and then wait for it to go. So you know what I mean?
That's like the slow accumulation.
Yeah, that's the slow accumulation of it.
Stocks like Tesla and Apple are slow builders. They're not day trading stocks. They're like ones you gotta let them put in. But it has to be a decent amount. Otherwise, you're gonna be gaining cents on the day instead of hundreds or tens or 20s.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody waiting on Doge, right?
The most I think Louis was about to ask me what's the most I made on a single trade. The most I made on a single trade was $1,500. It sounds pretty good. It was when I can talk about the GameStop.
I was about to say, don't say GameStop.
No, I made money on a space trade, a ticker called Space, SPCE. I bought an options contract that was worth $400, and they had some unicorn news that they were successful on a space flight, like the same day that I bought it. So their stock went from like $35 to like $50. So my contract value went from $400 to like $1,500, and I sold it. So I made like $1,300 profit in a single day. That never happens. You know what I mean? Like that's some rare shit that you got to get so lucky. And I was just just starting out into the options market, and I thought I was so good. I was like, bro, I'll be a millionaire. Bro, I'm doing this twice a week. I'll be a bazillion.
A year later, he's only made that 1,500.
Yeah, I turned 2,500 into 5,000 in like 7 months, and now I'm down to like $3,000.
Well, that's the thing with stocks. It's for the most part, it's a slow builder. You don't want to. It's something you just invest in and then you wait for in your future to pull out of. It's not for like right now.
It's so hard.
You still need to go get a job.
Everybody's trying to cheat the stock market.
You think you figured it out, and then it whacks you right in the face, bro. I'm telling you.
You're like, yeah, this could be my job.
Yeah.
Psych, unemployment.
What are y'all talking about, man? Reddit's got this down pat. You want your stock tips? You want to learn the stocks, man? Go to Reddit. Isn't that what started the GameStop?
Reddit bets, man.
Exactly. Reddit.
I got a lot of information from there too. It's not a bad spot, but you gotta be able to pick the gems out of there.
Yeah, never go at the top of the list. You gotta scroll down. Wait till you find like the hidden ones.
Yeah, you gotta pick the gems out.
Because that's what happens, right? You guys all like water down the market if you're all just investing in one thing, right? It's just like thousands of people pumping in one.
Exactly.
You gotta get the right one. You gotta.
So the research comes in handy because you want to try to find something that's up and coming, like he did with his.
Yeah.
And if you maybe invest into it, it can pop up, or maybe it won't. But it's like those weed stocks back in the day, like 10 years ago, weed stocks were selling for a penny.
Yeah.
A penny, and the people that invested in them now, a few $1 million.
Yeah, there's Curaleaf's popping up
Bitcoin.
and fucking all of that shit. Bitcoin's out now.
Bitcoin in 2012.
Yeah. Everybody.
Doge to the moon.
Doge to the moon. That's really what made me start seeing all this shit. The
Dogecoin
blew up. That's really where I saw that. You got Dogecoin, Dan?
No, see, I lost on Dogecoin. I lost because it was going up. It was going up, so I decided I was like, all right, everyone's doing it. I put some money into it. Pretty sure I gained like almost $800 on it, and then I didn't look at it for a bit because I don't know as active as Dan is. And then I went back and looked at it. It dropped down like 300, and I was like, oof, maybe I should pull out. I didn't. Dropped down another like 300-400.
Oh my god!
And it hasn't gone back up since. But I'm just letting it sit.
Going up now.
Going up now. Let's put a coin on the moon. That's what they said they're gonna do. So.
The thing with cryptocurrency, it's really that's a gambling on top of gambling.
It's literally
gambling. It's like it's not an official currency yet, even though Tesla was Elon Musk was talking about starting to accept Bitcoin as a form of currency for Tesla.
Yeah.
Or he's also talking about creating his own currency.
Isn't there NFL players that are accepting their pay in like Bitcoin?
I forget who it was. But yeah, there were him, and then you got Dinwiddie in the NBA as well. Talking about
Dinwiddie, that's insane. The NBA player signed his $62 million. No, his last deal with the Brooklyn Nets, he said and talked to like his agents and everything, and they decided they were going to pay his contract instead of US dollars. They were going to convert it and pay him in cryptocurrency. Like that's what he's going to get paid
for that last year that he just he was injured.
Yeah.
Yo,
it's not perfect because he already has a shitload of money.
Yeah, so now he can just cryptocurrency.
He can just leave that in like the thing and just let it build and do its own thing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
You said Tesla was going to start accepting cryptocurrency. I saw Amazon as well was going to talk in talks of accepting cryptocurrency. Yo,
of course, Amazon.
I wouldn't be surprised. They make so much money shipping shit, anyways. I mean, why not?
They're taking over the mail-in UPS system.
Basically. Yeah, Bezos about to take over the moon.
Dude,
Bezos is about
you see how he just spent how much money just to fly into the atmosphere and come back down?
And then he thanked all of us.
And
then he came down and thanked all of us. Like, thank you to all my Amazon customers.
Thanks, Beyonce.
Like, you guys are the reason.
If you ever want to ride, it's only going to be a $5 million. Like,
so this is where we say you're welcome. You're welcome, Bezos. You're welcome.
My girl got like a quarter of those sales, so I was on fucking Amazon.
That should be like a free ticket for half of us.
I know, right? You've already invested so much money. Just help us out, Bezos. Come on, just take us for free.
Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it.
Eddie, what's been the worst so far, other than you losing a bunch of money on Dogecoin? You lost like
the worst trade I've had.
Yeah.
I took a $500 loss on this company called Neo, who's like a competitor to Tesla, who makes electric cars, Chinese car electric vehicles. I also did another option contract trade, and I was expecting it to go to like $55, and I bought it when the stock was at 54. I was like, all right, it's probably going to go up, because they have earnings coming up, and I think they're going to do pretty good. And the next day the market just crashed, and I woke up and Neo's at like $45. I'm like, there goes all my fucking money, bro! Bang, $500 gone down the drain. Like overnight, $500.
Overnight.
Gone.
Stop.
Half a grand.
That's a casino trip.
Oh yeah, bro.
Overnight.
Gone.
I feel like the only thing that makes you feel a little better about it is knowing that that's like invested money that you invested into it. So like you went out and had to work a whole day for that 500.
That's true. It's just disheartening to wake up and money just.
And then what? Like
it can go back up.
Go back up. Yeah, while you're in it. So.
Yeah, but you risk it going down further. So
exactly.
you're more turmoil of like, do I just get rid of it to cut my losses, or do I hope that it goes back up?
Like you pull it out, and the next day it soars back up,
and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, then that also
that's the gambling.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, do I use my last $50 in chips on this last hand?
Yeah.
And then the guy next to you does, and he gets blackjack, but you were supposed to get it first, and you're like, fuck.
Same thing.
But I see the blackjack comparison.
Right. Yeah.
Do y'all use Robinhood, Webull, Ameritrade on your phone, or what do y'all use to invest?
I use Ameritrade, E-Trade, and Robinhood. Robinhood's the one I just put money in. I don't actually like do anything with. I just kind of let it do its thing, pick a few stocks or whatever. The E-Trade and Ameritrade are the ones like I actively more look into and try to keep up on, because they're more official in my opinion. Like Robinhood's like the Cash App version of like freaking stocks in my opinion. So it's for like beginners. If you're just not sure what you want to do, if you just want to mess around, you want to try investing, it's a great way to start. Just still be smart.
So do you put like $30-$40 in and it just dumps it in on certain stocks for you?
So they give you 2 free stocks when you first open up an account on there.
Yep.
They're nothing major, but they still give them to you. But whatever money you dump in, you can buy the stocks. They're limited. They don't have every stock in the world, so you gotta kind of figure it out. And that's where you go do your research. What's the better ones to like invest into and stuff? Same thing with the cryptocurrency. You just gotta figure out on your own, like, what risk are you willing to take to do it.
Okay. All right, Dan, to wrap us up, give them one play. What's the one big play to go for this week? Dan's weekly play. What you looking at, Dan? What's been on the way?
A good infrastructure play is Cisco. We're probably looking at Cisco for September 19th. They're looking to sign the infrastructure bill, and that includes $65 billion for cybersecurity. So if Biden signs that bill, Cisco is probably going to the freaking moon. They're at $55 trading right now. So if Biden gives $65 billion to the cybersecurity industry, Cisco is going to be a part of that, and I think they're going to go to $60. So if you load up on $57 contracts for September, let me tell you,
you have a pretty nice flip.
Let him tell.
Nice little Christmas bonus.
They're about $100 a piece. So if you buy a couple of them,
buy like 7.
There you guys go.
Buy a couple of them.
You heard
September 19th.
That was money tips with RGTP.
Hey, money tips with RGTP.
CSCO is the ticker.
Stay tuned. I'm gonna tag Dan in this. Once we get this loaded up on Twitter, y'all can find Dan. Y'all
see how it goes.
His own content. I know Dan be around. Obviously, Dan uses all his apps. Dan be on Reddit. I know Dan be on Discord too.
Oh yeah, facts.
Dan be plugged in, man.
Yeah.
He's the social media guru.
So if you guys do enjoy this, please let me know. I'll make sure to get some more Dan time on here. Get y'all some more money. You know?
Yeah.
Get y'all some money. I'm going to switch back here. Come back into frame. We're going to switch things back up. We're going to head over to the NFL. We officially have preseason kickoff. We have the Hall of Fame game, 16-3 Steelers over the Cowboys. Obviously, no big stars played this week. Had Claypool had a little bit of an injury, a little banged up, but he's all right. Obviously, you think the game was trash. Didn't find it very entertaining. I don't blame you. I didn't either. But it's great to have football back. Tell me now.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was nice to see Najee Harris, you know. Yeah, the Steelers, we are talking about them this week. So, I mean, the Steelers are going to be the Steelers. It was nice to see Najee Harris, even though I hate Bama, burning passion, hate him. It is nice to see he first rush went for a first down and then didn't do much. You know, it started off great and then, yeah.
Well, we got big news. Aaron Rodgers moving around his contract a little bit. He's set to be the last year's contract got voided, so he's expected to play this season. Whatever happens, happens, and then he's most likely looking to get traded next year
to the Buccaneers.
That'd be insane.
That
would be ridiculous.
But I would retire from watching football. I swear to God. The
agreement is a verbal agreement. I was listening to Eric Mangini the other day. He said NFL verbal agreements, don't believe it. Aaron Rodgers might have gotten himself in a little bit of a pickle thinking he's probably going to get traded next season. But if it isn't anything written in stone and set in an actual factual contract, you can't. Mangini says don't take Gutekunst's word for it. So they could try to just trap him in for another year after this year. So what you thinking? Are we out of is Rodgers out of Green Bay?
Yeah, see, the way I read it when I first saw it, granted, I'm nobody, right? I thought he was going to just be gone. Not even get traded, just I'm out after this year. I can go wherever I want. Obviously, if that happens, Green Bay, it's like, why did y'all not try trading him? So now that I think about it, he probably isn't just gone, but there has been crazier things to happen. He could just walk, you know. I hope he does. I don't know where he goes, but it's time to see.
Buccaneers.
That man, do not put that in the cosmos, man. Don't do that. Stop.
I know he's not really going to the Buccaneers.
That'd be some shit.
That would
be some shit.
You don't need two fucking great quarterbacks.
We're going from the reigning MVP to the potential MVP. We got Josh Allen signing a massive 6-year, $258 million deal. $150 million guaranteed. Josh Allen is set to be the quarterback for Buffalo Bills through 2028, I believe.
Wow.
Yes, sir. He's just signed a very fat deal. I think it's the largest per year salary.
Real quick, if the rumor I saw yesterday is true, they won't be the Buffalo Bills for much longer.
Oh, is that moving to where?
Austin, Texas.
Right.
Bro, that was the most random place.
Yeah, there was a rumor out there that the Buffalo Bills were thinking of relocating to Austin, Texas, adding another team in Texas.
Why?
I don't.
Hey,
I can't tell you.
Congrats to the Bills. Congrats to the Bills. They finally found their quarterback since Jim Kelly. You know, it's taken them 30 years. Yeah, almost 30 years for them to find their quarterback, and he's good. When people thought he was going to be a bust, he proved people wrong.
Yeah, like I said, potential MVP year coming for Josh Allen. He's had a very good year last year, but he just got to get over the Kansas City hump because honestly, no one else in the AFC seems to really be giving them much troubles right now. We'll see what Baltimore got to do, and Cleveland, and Pittsburgh, and the North, because we're moving on to that next. So
thank God you didn't say the Bengals. We know
they're get right to the bottom with the Bengals. We're gonna start right with the Bengals on over under 6.5 wins. What you thinking, Mamba? These are your guys right here. This is your LSU boys.
My guy.
These are your guys. Burrow and Burrow. Chase.
Yes, sir. 4 games. You know what's funny? I gave them 4.5. I gave them 4. They're the Bengals, and honestly, I don't expect them to do anything. And There was reports that Joe Burrow in training camp, if it wasn't like a high pat, it was wildly inaccurate. He was lifting his leg where it was his ACL, right? His MCL, ACL. It was a lot that was done to his knee.
Yeah, he had to get that fixed.
I know they got an offensive lineman in the second round, but I think it was Walker Little. I don't remember who it was now. But the question is, why didn't they go Penei Sewell? I know Joe Burrow wanted Jamar Chase, and I'm excited to see them back together.
That's why.
But Penei Sewell, a wide receiver isn't going to help you stay up. And
look what happened to Rodgers, man. Rodgers been asking for shit for years, and they're not listening to him. He wants to leave. You got a franchise young quarterback on his first deal. He's cheap as hell. He wants his best buddy, man. That's it.
I hope they do great. It's just they're the Bengals, and the Bengals are going to be the Bengals, and the Bengals usually suck. So
I hear it. I agree. I think they're still a piece away. On both sides of the ball. I like
piece. Just one piece.
Pieces, I get it, but there's like
their whole cake.
They have a potential to be something like the Browns, where they just have a stockpile of players, and it's kind of like a weird collection of players, but it's really good players. I like Betts in their in the secondary. They have Mixon as a running back. They have Burrow. They have Chase. They have Higgins. They have options. They need to fix their O-line, obviously, and a little bit more on the defense, but I think it's a team that has potential to have them under. I ain't gonna say they got 7. I'll give them 6. But I think this team has potential to get somewhere, but they're a few pieces away. Maybe another 2 years away.
No, believe in Joe Burrow. That man, he will improve. He'll be in practice like, okay, that was good, but it needs to be better. So they are in a good spot. It's just they're the Bengals.
They're the Bengals. I hear it.
They're the Bengals.
Moving over, we got the Steelers over under on 9. We got Roethlisberger being somewhat healthier than he normally is. I don't know how you want to take that. Roethlisberger doesn't really do shit in the offseason. He's known for that. He's actually come out and said he like drinks wine and just chills on the treadmill every once in a while. He doesn't really work out or anything like that. So he's in great shape this year. Their O-line is decimated, however. So I don't know what Najee Harris is going to do much, but I have them at an even 9-8. I don't think they're going to go over that. Their defense is still amazing. So I think their defense will keep them in a lot of games. But Big Ben is going to choke up a couple games, and that O-line is going to help off some games.
I give them 7.
Jeremy, man, we are linked right now. I gave them 7 as well. I gave them 7. It's just they started out 11-0 last year. And Big Ben did work out last year. He worked out for like the first time ever last year. You laugh, but that's actual. Like you said, dude did nothing in the offseason. He finally starts working out. Worked out again this year. Their O-line is different. You know, they lost some people. They didn't lose much on their defense. But the two teams, the Ravens and the Browns, I just see them so much better than the Steelers. And I can't give them 8. I can't. The Steeler fans can come at me, but I can't give them 8.
I give them 9-8. I think they'll, just because of the extra game, just because there's going to be an extra game this year, I think they'll be able to win that. I don't think they go anywhere.
And why is there going to be an extra game this year?
They agreed to add on an extra regular season game and took off a preseason game. So the preseason went from 4 to 3 games, and the regular season went from 16 to 17. But they play the same amount of games. It's just one
less preseason.
Yeah, one carry. Yeah, one carry is over.
One matters now.
Yeah. Now there's definitive. You're either over 500 or under 500 because you could go 8-8 and go even on the season. So now
that's why there's the.
You can go 8-1 now. 8-1. Who's going to be the first team?
8-1. At least this year. I don't think anyone's going to get the 8-1 in the first year that this started. Maybe next year. I don't think it happens this year. But moving over, we got the Browns. A team that we seem to have different opinions on. So I'll let you shit on them first.
Wait, what is their
what?
What is their over under?
10 games. So they actually are a better team
You think I'm about to shit on them? I got them over 10.5 at least. I truthfully think this is the year. I think the Browns can make a Super Bowl run.
Browns going to the Super Bowl.
I think they actually can. They figured out the offense. They figured out the offense with Baker. They got Nick Chubb signed. They got Kareem Hunt as the backup. You see how good they were last year without Odell Beckham. Odell's coming back. They got Jarvis. Third receiver, I forget, but I'm pretty sure he played well because yeah. So he was solid. And then they got Njoku, Austin Hooper. Their offensive line is good. And then the defense, you got Myles Garrett. You got Jadeveon Clowney, who Jadeveon isn't going to get you the sacks, but he's going to get you the pressures from the left side where he runs into Myles Garrett on the right side. That's scary. Greedy Williams, LSU, of course, coming back from an injury. They got Denzel Ward, another amazing corner for him. Grant Delpit is coming back from an injury. LSU, got to root for him. And then who'd they sign from the Rams again? Johnson?
Johnson at safety, and they've got Troy Hill, slot corner.
Yeah. The Browns, I do think they're making the Super Bowl. Just how good that team on paper, that team is making the Super Bowl. Obviously, anything can happen, but the Browns, I think they're going to make it.
The Browns are going 8-1 this year.
Probably.
All right. That was not the team I thought you had going under. Surprise, surprise to me. We are on very similar page, except I don't know if they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. But offense, best running back combo in the league, without a doubt. Offensive line, top 2 or 3 in the NFL. Baker coming back. Contract year for Baker. He can sign his extension. Allen just signed his. Baker's looking at 6 years, $258, and that looks and sounds really fucking nice right about now. So he's going to be up for a big year. I love everything they did on defense. The reason I went back and forth on this, on over-under, I went with over because of the defense mainly, is where they made all the massive changes. But I think it's going to give them a little bit of troubles to start the year, considering they're going to have to plug in so many new pieces together, guys that haven't played together yet.
They got that rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
The linebacker.
He was high in everybody's mock for a while, and then he dropped. Mm-hmm. And it feels like the Browns every year get somebody in the second round who is like, oh, yeah, no, he's going first round. And then the draft comes around, and it's like, oh, yeah, we got him with the 60th pick. That was Grant Delpit last year. That's JOK this year. Greedy Williams the year before. And you know how last week I thought it was Corey Linsley who was on the Browns?
Yeah.
It was actually J.C. Treader. He was a former center of the Green Bay Packers who then went to the Browns. And I got those up.
Okay. I hear it. Yeah, wow. Browns Super Bowl. Who would have fucking thought?
Yep, Browns Super Bowl. Put the money on it now.
8-1.
Okay. So then that means you are under 11 games on Baltimore. And I need to hear why.
So it's not wild, right? It's also 10.5. So obviously it's under because it's under 11. But the Ravens, as we said, the Bengals are the Bengals. The Ravens are the Ravens, and the Ravens always have an elite defense. Lamar Jackson, people hate on him because he's a running quarterback and his accuracy is iffy. But it's Lamar Jackson. That dude is dynamic. You got Hollywood Brown. The running back is a running back committee. The Ravens will still be good. It's just, can they get the playoff success that they're looking for? And Lamar's getting his statue outside of Louisville. So
Lamar's up for a big payday too.
Yep. Seeing Josh get that 6'2", how much is Lamar asking for?
265, 270. Probably, considering he has the MVP.
The Ravens are going to win 11 games.
I respect it. I hear it. I have them going over. It's a lot of the same reasons. The defense is still going to be the same. They only lost, I believe, Judon, mainly on the defensive side. I think they're going to be all right, though. They have the best running game because Lamar's a running quarterback. So Lamar's going to get you 100 and something yards on the ground and another 100 over the air. So don't know why you're going to hate the guy. Edwards is still there, and J.K. Dobbins is still there, and running back, they're just going to run it up. They're just going to run it up. Your defense is going to get tired because you're going to be chasing these guys around because they're just going to keep running and running and running. I love Hollywood Brown's going to have to show up this year, start making some really big plays. And who'd they draft? Not Moore.
Bateman.
Rashad Bateman. Yep. I think he's going to be a very key piece to their offense this year. And a lot of people aren't going to realize how good of a year he's having till probably after like week 10 or 11. People are going to be like, oh, shit, we should start covering this kid because he's going to be cooking early. I think him and Lamar are going to get on a good wave. Right?
He's a tall wide receiver. He's like 6'3" to 6'5", right?
Yeah.
That's what Lamar has been looking for. The person who, like I mentioned, his accuracy is a little iffy. So when it goes high, Marquise Brown is shorter.
Yeah.
You got Bateman, who is like, all right, I'll go up there and get it, And we mentioned this in an earlier episode. Last year, the Browns versus the Ravens, game of the year. My bad. Game of the year. And I expect more of those games this year between those two.
Oh, massive improvements. Agreed. I think the Ravens have a better chance, myself, to get to the Super Bowl than the Browns. I think where the Browns might have a bit of the advantage is potentially going to be on the defense. I'm not going to lie. I think the Browns might have a little bit better defense. And as stacked as they are on offense, the offense doesn't always get it done. So it's going to be a lot on Baker to see what he does and then to see how far Lamar Jackson's accuracy can actually improve, see how far they can take them because Kansas City's very much still the team to beat. You got tons of teams on the come up. You got Buffalo, Miami, if they can figure out what the hell they're going on with Tua and quarterback, that could be a problem. Patriots are going to come back just as tough. A bunch of opt-outs coming back in. You got, honestly, 3 teams in this division because if Pittsburgh can figure it out and that defense can be a problem, they're going to be in for a hell of a time, man.
I gave them 7, but the Steelers, they always somehow find a way to be good. And it's so annoying.
11-0 last year. Somehow, some fucking way, man. Somehow, some way. I'll tell you that. That shit's crazy. Moving on to our last big topic. We're moving on to the NBA free agency and Olympic talks. Shout out to USA Men's. Won gold.
Yes, sir.
They won gold. The women are competing for gold as well.
Who?
The women, they face Japan's women's team for gold.
Yeah.
I seen this is their 7th straight. And there's like 2 people on the women's team who are looking to set a record for 5 gold medals.
Yeah.
Wow.
Women's been balling. Obviously, basketball in this country is very, very superior. Top notch. Shout out to the men's team. Shout out
to
the
eat our words.
I mean, it's very superior, but the other countries are starting to get it.
So I was reading this article the other day though about the men's Winter Olympics, not Winter Olympics, but the basketball Olympics, and it was saying how like we're superior in basketball, but all of our teams, like our NBA teams, are people from different countries.
Yes.
Different countries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Our actual Olympics basketball team is made up of mainly Americans, so they feel like they could have done so much better because now they're competing against countries that are now playing our NBA teams.
Mm-hmm.
So like we're actually not up there when it comes to basketball anymore compared to other races.
Yeah, we're not as dominant. I'll take gold medal though.
They shattered our 24-0 record this year.
Yeah,
we lost to
France in the very first
game. That was the only
we lost. Yeah,
and then got our revenge game.
And we got our revenge game in the gold.
We played them for the gold, and they only won by like 4 or 5 points.
I think it was 87-83.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it was tough.
That's not your usual blowout in the Team USA.
I know. If you look up a couple years ago, I think like 2 Olympics ago, we were beating teams by like an average of like 35, 40 points.
Yeah.
It was just like totally.
Who did we play that we beat by like 40 though? Is it
this Olympics, I think we beat Iran by 35. I think
it was but it's
we bodied them by like 35.
You went to go bet on that game. The spread for that game was 40.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't insane. They were like, we know you guys are gonna win by 40 or more. They won by like 38. Like, imagine not covering a 40-point spread by 2 points. So I'd be pissed.
Speaking of Durant is actually signing his extension. 4-year, $198 million to stay with the Brooklyn Nets.
Staying with the Nets.
So it looks like this would be a potential career-ending destination. I believe it'll ride him out till he's about 36, 37 around there. Depending on how he plays, he could have one more big payday for like a 1+1. Sign the 2-year max with a player option.
He's gonna get another.
But it looks like KD's in Brooklyn to stay. Looks like KD is there. Kawhi signing his extension, his 2+1.
Andre Iguodala back to the Warriors.
Iggy back to the Warriors.
I said.
Shiesty.
I'm a psychic with you.
You did say that on
I'm
my
a psychic
show, so I'll give you that. On the Kawhi situation, the 1+1, he'll be paid. I think it's $36 million to be injured and miss this year. He'll most likely decline his player option next year to sign his big deal. Clipper or not a Clipper fan?
Huh? It depends. What about the Clippers?
Kawhi. He'd be a Clipper.
No, he should still be here. Like
he should.
He should still be. You never know what happens.
You don't sound confident.
No, I'm not confident about anything because I've been a Clipper fan for a little while, and they've never given me any confidence. We make the playoffs, and I know we're going to choke in the second round. Surprisingly, we choked in the third round
this year. Right.
Yeah, we choked in the third. Granted, that was without Kawhi. Paul George showed like, hey, I can be your number one. But Shai Gilgeous, he also got extended, and kind of wish we kept him. Not gonna. I really like Shai, and the Clippers make good moves this year to make up for Kawhi being absent. We got Justice Winslow. We re-signed Batum. They re-signed Reggie. They drafted Jason Preston to be hopefully the future point guard. Keon Johnson, I was telling you this. He looks good on both ends of the floor. Clippers, we got a squad, but we're going to choke. That's what they do. That's what they do.
Paul George is going to average like 26 points this year.
With Reggie's 20, right?
With Reggie's 20, 100%. And
I cannot believe that that's really how
Kawhi
Jackson.
Kawhi Leonard is going to come back with 2 to 3 months in the season, I heard. Maybe. Like, if it all works out the right way and he doesn't need any extra rehab or anything like that, he'll be back with 2 to 3 months left in the season. So I'm assuming that's after the All-Star break and stuff like that.
Right around.
Depending on their standing, I feel like I don't think they're gonna be doing that. That was bad, buddy. I'm sorry.
That was us, Mamba.
My bad. There's a noise in my house, and I don't know what it is.
So the ice cream truck just rolled by, and you looked out the window.
Yeah,
like you just looked out the window in our street. But depending on the Clippers and how they're doing without Kawhi, and then pretty much what they do this year in the playoffs, if they make it to the playoffs or not, I feel like Kawhi is giving it one more chance. Like, let's see what we do when I'm not injured in the playoffs. Because with Kawhi, I feel like the Clippers would have probably won. You know what I'm saying? They should have won. So, I don't know. But I think Kawhi's going to stay, and if they don't win a chip, he's out.
It's over.
He's out. He's going somewhere else.
Well, it'll be a sad day when he leaves because I highly doubt we win, man. I really do. I have no faith in my teams. My teams do nothing but choke, man. It's just what my teams do. So I'm used to it at this point. I know what to expect. I don't get my hopes too high. But yeah, I hope Kawhi comes back.
Hey man, my team choked 2 playing games. He's coming back next year.
Speaking of the Warriors, Curry is expected to sign his 4-year,
$215 million extension.
$15 million extension to stay in the Bay Area, stay up in Golden State, and hang out with those boys.
That's gonna wash him out.
I believe Trae Young's also due up for his extension. Luka. So there's a lot of money getting thrown around right now. There's a rookie extension. Yeah. Both of them are getting ready to sign rookie deals. I believe Ayton is up for an extension coming up too.
Any talks on Ben yet? Has he signed his
all the rumors are he wants to go to the Warriors.
Yeah, that's the last thing.
Not true. He wants to go to a California team. There's 4 teams there. But yes, the Warriors are the only team that can get him because the Clippers have no picks. The Lakers have no picks. And I damn sure know Sacramento don't want his ass.
We'll give him Zubac.
Oh, please.
Bro.
Y'all would have to give him Paul George. But
we get Ben.
Most likely it's going to be Golden State. But
where do you put him?
That is the issue. They lost leverage already. The original deal that the 76ers wanted was Andrew Wiggins, Wiseman, pick 7, 14, and 2 more first-rounders just for Ben. So the Warriors were like, go suck a dick. You're crazy. I'm not basically giving you 6 players for 1. It's not happening. But essentially what happens now is 7 and 14 was Kuminga and Moody. Yeah. Those are players now. So you have to sell the 76ers on, we drafted this guy and it might not fit for you, but you should just take him. And now it kind of doesn't really work.
So they do need a point guard.
So they lost a lot of leverage now, considering they didn't take that deal at first. And now Ben doesn't really have much to get back, really. I don't know what Ben's play here is. But Morey came out and made his big he screenshotted the league's best plus minus, and it was 76ers was Ben, Green, Curry, Tobias, and Embiid, I think was the 5 that had like the highest plus minus. And he posted it, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, y'all gonna run it back, and we're still gonna suck." Yada yada yada. Blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't look great for the 76ers. I think they only re-signed Korkmaz and brought in Niang from the Jazz. So that's basically
Green. They re-signed Green as well, 2-year, $20 million.
And Danny Green, yeah. They're basically the exact same team again. It's like a whole running back system. So no Golden State for you, Jeremy. Y'all not getting Ben.
Pretty much.
Not this year.
I saw a great.
I wouldn't know where to put him anyways. So
it said if Ben Simmons gets traded to the Warriors, you lock that man in the gym 10 hours a day with either Steph or Clay until that man gets his jumper down.
Steph, Clay, and Kerr. What you mean? You just make them sit there and shoot.
Literally.
That's what they got to do.
10 hours a day.
Have y'all seen the rumors that the Kings want Pascal?
No. Yeah, when they wanted him.
Yeah, how do you feel about Pascal on that Kings team?
Oh, on the Kings.
Yeah.
I don't know. They would have to move.
I saw the rumored trade package would be Buddy, Marvin, and then like 3 first-round picks.
Wow, Siakam worth 3 first, huh? Wow. That guy's come a long fucking way.
But I mean, yeah, take that with a grain of salt because that was on Twitter, you know. But Pascal with them would not be bad. Him and De'Aaron Fox running the floor, you know. I kind of like that a lot. But again, it's just a rumor. Thought I'd bring it up because it was an interesting one, a different one. Instead of him going to the Warriors, going to the Lakers, you know, all those big teams. It's like, hey, the Kings want him. Kings trying to make a push, but
we got to figure that out. staying on LA teams, we obviously basically went over everybody, except for the new aged Los Angeles Lakers.
New aged, he says.
Retirement home or nah?
Nah, they're old. Don't get me
The
wrong.
average age is 31 years. I did the math. Average age for that team is 31 years old.
It is
That's
30.
They're up there in age.
I think it's 31.2 years or 31.8, something like that.
Yeah,
Officially going into the season, it is the oldest basketball team ever assembled, oldest roster ever. Like, this is the collection of past their prime players right now.
Most experience.
Exactly. Pretty much. That's what I'm saying. I don't say retirement home. Like, LeBron is pushing 37.
He turns 37 in December, at the end of this year.
That's their oldest player?
No.
Who's 37 already?
I think he is the old. I think he is the oldest.
He's almost 38. I might be wrong.
I think LeBron's their oldest
he
player.
Might be.
So with that, that's King James at the end of the day. That's 4 rings, 4 finals MVPs right there. And if anybody is going to do it with older players, it's going to be him. And you got Chuck Brook, and you got fucking. I don't hate Westbrook. He just chucks. I love Westbrook. He's awesome. He's an awesome player. In my opinion, he just chucks. And I feel like if he, put some less chucking in and more precision, when you think about it a little bit, he'd be more efficient. But he's still a great player. That's Mr. Triple Double. I've got no hate towards that man. But yeah, the Lakers are old, but not retirement home old. They're gonna slap some teams around. No bullshit.
You also got to think about the other pieces they got to go with it, right? They got Malik Monk, who showed at times he can be up there for scoring.
Yeah.
They got Kendrick Nunn, a young point guard who played with the Heat. So LeBron knows what that Heat organization's like.
Bringing buckets on them in the bubble.
Taylor Horton-Tucker, 20 years old, just got an extension as well. And, the age is brought up, but Anthony Davis is still 28, and Westbrook's only 32, so they'll still be there for
Westbrook is 32, but he got the young legs.
The fucking 21-year-old legs.
They are old right now. They're set up for the future, though, too.
I don't know what they see in THT, because clearly they see something, he's the one that stayed. You know what I'm saying? Out of everybody,
Kuzma was the one to stay too. Just saying.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't know what the fuck they saw in Kuz, and I was saying it his freshman year, his rookie year.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's some shiest. I hear it though. What they see in him was something. As I've complained about before, I don't like comparing super young players to literal fucking MVP caliber players. But their hope was he had a James Harden-esque quality to his game. That was the way that they were looking at him. That he has a bit of
whatever they were smoking.
He kind of has that odd shooting guard build where he's not he's kind of stocky, long armed. Got some handle, can get to the rim. He has bits and pieces. That's what they're hoping for.
I got you.
So, Tyler Hero was supposed to be fucking Devin Booker, and Devin Booker's supposed to be fucking Kobe. So, take all that shit with a grain of salt, people. Take it all with a grain of salt. So, that's kind of what they see in THT, though. I do like the Monk and the Kendrick Nunn additions because they need to have that youth in the backcourt. Even though the more and more I think about it, the more and more I want LeBron to actually just play point guard in that team and just be points.
Westbrook as shooting guard.
You move Russell to the 2 guard and you look at him.
Have to move to 3.
You move Russ to the 2 and you say, "Hey, I need you to do what D-Wade did. Get the ball, go to the rim. Don't shoot." Dwayne Wade, look it up. Never an amazing shooter. Never was, never has been. Just get to the rim, Go cut, be a slasher, catch the lobs, do all the stuff D-Wade did pretty
I think
much.
he's gonna make another picture.
Shoot when you're open, don't just chuck a bunch of shots. But I think if anyone can get him right, it could be Braun. And I think he should be at the 2. And I actually think Anthony Davis should just start off the bat every game, just start at the 5. Start at the 5. You roll out Ariza and Bazemore at the 3 and the 4. You got your defense to cover you up. Then you roll out Howard off the bench. Make it easier. Because if you're doing Howard, Davis, Braun, and Russ,
you got no bench.
not the bench. I don't know where the shooting's coming from. With Russ, LeBron, AD, and Dwight Howard starting 5. It has to be Wayne Ellington to start, but his defense is piss poor. So who's guarding the other team's best guard on that starting 5? LeBron, Russ, Ellington. That starting 5 isn't going to get the defense
shooters. I seen a meme that it was like, what team's beating this Lakers lineup? And it was that lineup you said.
Yeah.
I think with THT at the.
A lot of people had THT in at the 2 too.
And somebody was like, the 3-point line.
Basically.
I started dying. I was like, yo, that's.
Dwight's not going to shoot a lot. AD is going to want to get down in the post. Russ is going to want to rim run. And LeBron's going to want to rim run. There's not a lot of spacing in that.
But when they shoot, they're going to just chuck.
So I think they just have to figure out some lineup kings. They do have a ton of shooting though. You got Melo, Ariza,
Melo was on the fucking Lakers.
You got
Melo's gonna come off the bench?
Probably, unless you
start him over Ariza.
Yeah, but the defense is even worse. Ariza's just a little bit better of a defender at this point in their careers. Well, always, honestly.
I forgot.
Melo's there. Marc Gasol is there for when they do want to add shooting at the 5 and they want to move AD to the 4.
And shoot though,
yeah, that's why he should go to the 5 and just play 5 and stay at the 5, but he doesn't like playing the 5. He doesn't like getting bumped and hit and knocked around. He's a finesse.
He's a pansy.
Yes, he's a little fragile.
Fucking.
Got a lot of injuries, man. Calm down, all right?
Even this AD, I'm sorry.
What?
Another big team, the Bulls.
I take.
Yes. What are the shots on the
winners of free agency?
I know.
The biggest winners of free agency.
Real quick, I know last week, I think it was, I said, I think I made a mistake on last week's podcast. I said something about Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan being reunited, and nobody corrected me.
That wasn't a mistake. That was what a lot of people were thinking.
There was a lot of stuff going on. A lot of potential things happening.
All right, so it must have been before the trade, because I feel like I said that after the trade, and I was thinking that they were on the same team. But
no, there was a lot of talks of them potentially reuniting. DeRozan actually was in LA. The Clippers were driving to his house to go meet him, and I was almost. For sure. It's like, wow, DeMar's going to the Clippers. On their drive up there, DeMar calls them back and says, hey, y'all don't need to show up. I'm shining with Chicago. Damn. Sent them right back down the highway. Now we got Lonzo and Caruso with DeMar DeRozan joining Levine and Vucevic, Kobe White. Markkanen looking like he's getting out of there. You still got Williams. They got to fix that bench up a little bit, but
that team looks good though. That starting 5 looks good.
Chicago.
That they could beat the Lakers.
How many games do y'all think the Bulls are winning?
Like a 7-game series. I'm not saying like the playoffs.
I don't know who is the top. Brooklyn, Sixers, Bucks are all probably going to be better than the Bulls. So they'll be. They might not even be a top 4, as crazy as it sounds, because you still got to deal with Miami. Granted, Miami did a lot of the same as the Lakers. They got a lot older. They added 35-year-old PJ Tucker. Actually, I think him and Lowry are both turning 36 by the time the year starts. Something like that. So they're adding more old people. But I think Miami will be a bit better this year.
The Hawks will still be good.
The Hawks are still there.
The Knicks will probably be good.
Knicks made a bunch of deals.
The Hornets
they'll be
Kemba.
They got Kemba and Fournier, so they basically got a pair of 20-point scorers right there.
We haven't got nobody yet. Besides the Celtics.
I don't want to talk about it. They're fucking dumb. We're bad. I don't want to talk about the Celtics today. They're horrible. They're not making me happy. Not happy about the shit we're doing right now. But Chicago, 48 wins. I think if it's
Really?
if it's an 82 game series season, like it normally is, 48 and 34, I believe is what the math goes out to. That's what I'm going with. There'll be 14 games over.
I gave them 43 wins. I don't. It's funny that you say 48 because that's not even my question. The question was brought up to us in the PlayStation party yesterday by Lamont. 40. Shout out Lamont. He said 49 to 50 wins because I asked him if it's going to be an 82-game season again. He said he doesn't think so. He said he thinks it's going to stay at 72. If it is 82, I can see them winning more than 43. But if it's still a 72 game, I feel like 43 is that's
43 and 29. Yeah, 43 and 29 sound about right.
I give them 40 wins.
14. Yeah, I'll still give them about 14 games over 500 because it's going to be the regular season. So a lot of these teams are going to be resting. There will be players that are taking nights off, so they're going to get some wins early and often. Most likely, they got to play the Cavs in their division a bunch of times. The Cavs aren't looking too hot. They still got Detroit.
Flash.
Detroit is super, super young.
Right.
Still a good team, but still young. And I know Atlanta and the Knicks made the playoffs, but it's going to be really important to see if those weren't fluke years. Like last year wasn't just
a good year.
Exactly. Is Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks a playoff team? Is this a real playoff team? Is this an actual Eastern Conference Finals contender, or was that just
due to injury,
a fluke year? Like you just so happen to get there off of luck. Same with the Knicks. Is your regular season defense one of the best in the league going to carry to the playoffs? Because you stunk it up in the playoffs. So there's a chance that Chicago can get up somewhere in the top 4 seed. They could even go up to the top 3. Again, regular season is totally different. I believe Milwaukee was a 4 seed this year. I think they were the 4th seed, ended up winning. The Lakers, injury riddled, ended up being a 7th seed after the playing game. So you never know what's going to happen, but Chicago definitely has a chance. Definitely has a chance. They have a lot of young players. They're the opposite of the Heat and the Lakers. They didn't get a lot older, but they kept a lot of young legs and added some experience. And I don't think enough people are looking at that. That's like that team doesn't have a lot of defense either. The Lonzo, if it goes Lonzo, Levine, DeMar, Vucevic, with Willis in there, there's not a ton with Williams. Yeah. There's not a ton of defense there. So that's really where they're going to struggle at. But there's a lot of firepower. Levine's 27 points a game by himself. Vucevic has been 22 to 25. Lonzo
DeRozan was 22 and 7.
And DeRozan is a 22 to 25. DeRozan's best year when he was the man, which I don't think he's obviously not going to be the man on this team, he was putting up 28, 29. So DeRozan gets buckets, no matter which way you look at it.
DeMar.
It's going to be a problem. Absolute problem.
Look at this guy, DeMar.
DeMar is a problem, bro. Thoughts on Miami? Jimmy also signing a big fat deal. Coming back.
That's Kyle Lowry.
I believe it's going to be Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Jimmy, PJ, and Bam. I believe they want Hero coming off the bench because he's
Blackett.
Plug.
No, he's just a better. He's better than Duncan Robinson, but Robinson, if you put Robinson on the bench, you can't create his own offense. He's not going to be able to go get them a bucket. Where Hero can if he comes in as that combo guard role.
Yeah, Tyler Hero is their spark. I think the Heat, they'll be good. I don't think they'll get back to the finals like they were in the bubble year, but they are definitely better than what they were. I don't see them getting swept in the first round this year. I'll put it that way. So
I do like them. Anyone was expecting that.
Nobody saw them getting swept last year.
I think that was very, very surprising.
That was very surprising. The finals team takes 4 fucking L's in a row. The previous year final team It took the Lakers to what? 5 games? 6 games?
5.
5 games.
I think they won the one that Jimmy.
Wasn't it 7?
No, I think it went to 6.
I thought it was a lot. I thought it was a.
It might have been 6, but definitely not 7.
I think it was 6. I think
definitely not 6.
It was 6.
Definitely not 7. I know they won one, which was the Jimmy 40-point triple-double, where he was fucking gassed at the end of the game.
That picture.
Yeah, I know they won that one. I know
they won. They won a couple. I think they won 2. It was 6. But yeah. Shout out Jimmy, man. Jimmy Buckets. If you see this ever, man.
All right. What other teams we got? I mean, I don't know. Miami got some shit. The Celtics obviously not too much.
Wow.
Brooklyn was pretty quiet. Added Patty Mills.
Patty Mills.
Patty Mills was crazy last night. I don't know if anybody saw Patty Mills' stats. 45. 45 with 9. 9 assists.
Yeah, that's what it was. 45 and 9. That's right.
Patty Mills cooking up. Like I tweeted out. That's a good pickup. Yeah,
over there, Boston.
Yeah, Jason came and said, "Fuck out of here," and then the coach came out and said, "We know how to stop Patty Mills' ass already, so we're good. We're good. Right, we're fine. They were pretty quiet. Other contenders, Chris Paul obviously going back to Phoenix.
Yep.
No, you're a CP3 fan. What you thinking? You guys finals bound again?
No. God no. Hell no. I mean,
what are they? They're running it back.
It's not impossible. It's not impossible for them to go back, but it's going to be a lot harder. So we'll see.
They get the Lakers in the first round again. They're not winning.
Thoughts on you guys trading and getting Landry Shamet?
Why do you keep saying? I'm not a Suns fan. I'm just a Chris Paul fan. But I like Landry Shamet.
And that's a former Clipper. And it's a former
Clipper. That's what I'm saying. He used to be a Clipper. I was depressed. Not depressed. Bad word to use for that. I was saddened when we traded him because he's a 3-and-D guy. And those are the people that you need. Him going to the Suns to be off that bench, be another 3-and-D for him. That's a great pickup.
You're a great pickup.
Thanks, man.
The game we play. When we don't play without you.
I'm done. Here's your 2K moment. I feel like we do this every couple episodes where we express how much we love Mamba on 2K.
It's a fucking mess without you, bro.
DPOY.
We lost the Tracy game the other day.
Oh my! Don't even get me. Oh.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
Oh my fault. I went 7 for 7 and 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. Okay, I was getting. Yeah.
Tragedy, huh? Tragedy.
Yeah.
What other teams made some big plays today? I'm trying to think of who else.
Today, nobody.
Not today.
Well,
who else made it? I feel like there's another team I'm missing.
That I wasn't a player I wanted to ask about that wasn't Ben.
Laurie.
Who?
Lauri Markkanen was rumored to be going to the Hornets at one point, and then the Hornets went out and signed Oubre.
Somebody else is going to the Hornets.
Oubre.
It's Oubre Jr.
Oubre, my Warrior guy. Yeah.
I mentioned this earlier. I don't like this signing because Oubre with the Warriors is like, yeah, I'm not coming off the bench. I don't want to come off the bench.
That means he wants to start.
He's going to the Hornets. Who does he start over? The starting lineup is LaMelo, Terry, Gordon, PJ, and whoever their center is.
The Hornets had to offer him more money than
They just got Plumlee from Detroit, and then I think they still have Zeller there too.
I wouldn't even make Kelly my 7th man on that team. I would have Miles over him. Miles, in my opinion, is at this point better than Kelly Oubre.
They had to have offered him more money to sit on the bench.
2 years, $25 million is what he got.
Yeah. So it's like it's not bad. He was probably going to get a little less to sit on the Warriors bench. That's how I see it, because it looks like he's going to sit on the bench in Charlotte. He was definitely going to sit on the bench for the Warriors. Like that was already said. Like after the fucking play-in games, they were like, we want Oubre to stay, but. We want him to be a bench player, you know. So that's his agreement or non-agreement. But
the more I think about it, the more I
I agree. I don't know where he's going to play, but I like the fit. He's a guy that he can get you 15 to 20 points. He's going to get you some rebounds, and he's going to play defense. He's averaged like a steal and a half over like the last like 3 or 4 seasons. So he plays he plays defense, super athletic. He's going to love playing with LaMelo. LaMelo throws lobs and amazing passes everywhere. Just go look at Bridges' highlights last year.
Yep.
Some of the best dunks of the year came from the LaMelo to Miles Bridges connection, whether it's a regular pass or a lob. So him and Oubre are going to go crazy flying through the air. I think, especially because they moved off of Graham, I think that puts the ball more in Hayward's hands more when LaMelo isn't in the game. So I think we're going to see more Hayward point forward, and that's sort of where Oubre will get some of his minutes. But off the bench, I don't know. I don't know why he went that route. I'm not.
Like you said, I like the fit because he is another athletic body form, and LaMelo's going to love throwing lobs to him. It's just the whole, where is your mind at? Because you said you don't want to play off the
Where
bench.
exactly do you fit? Your play style fits, but you don't fit minutes and rotation.
He would have been valid. He would have been valid on the Warriors bench.
I mean, yeah, he would have been coming off the bench with Oubre and Otto Porter Jr., who also went over.
Valid off of anybody's bench, Jeremy.
Nah, valid off the Warriors bench because think about it. You got Steph, Clay, Iggy again, Draymond, and Looney starting 5. Big boom. That's, in my opinion, I feel like Looney can do.
I don't think they start Iggy. I'm not starting Iggy over Andrew Wiggins.
I forgot Andrew Wiggins.
I'm not starting Iggy over Wiggins.
Did I say Iggy? I meant Wiggy. But yeah. And then you got the bench of Oubre, Otto Porter Jr., Iggy. You know what I'm saying? Like
that could be that. They have potential.
That's a good bench.
Can I ask a question about the Warriors real quick?
Go ahead.
Why do they hate Wiseman so much?
I don't know.
I already said my fucking piece about the Warriors to you guys like 2 weeks ago.
Say it again.
You guys know my stance on this.
Say it again.
Keep what you got. You keep Wiggins. Keep Wiseman. You keep Kuminga now, and you keep Moody. That's it. That is your core 4. Wiggins is only, I think, 25 or 26. He's a 20-point per game scorer. He played the best defenses of his fucking career last year.
Yes, he did.
Look it up. He actually got votes to be placed on the all defensive teams. He was one of the better defenders in the league this year. And considering Steph is 33 and just signed that big-ass deal, Draymond is a very unathletic 32, and Clay just blew out his knee, not once, but twice. You don't know what kind of player you're getting back on offense or on defense. So you got Kuminga, 18 years old, youngest player in the draft, super athletic, super high motor. You got Moody. 2 things I keep hearing about Moody. Great teammate, great locker room guy.
Freshman all team. He was on
Which
he was great
for the guys like Draymond and Looney. These are guys that are bench guys, teammates, locker room people. So Moody fits in with the culture. And second thing that gets brought up, his shooting ability and how far he can shoot. Jeremy's out here praying.
I'm praying for Clay. I want Clay to come back as Clay Thompson. Okay.
And then you have Wiseman, who was a 20-year-old, 7'1" center that has the ability to be Joel Embiid-esque. He has the ability to be able to go out there and get you potentially 25 and 12 and 2 blocks a game. He has potential to be a problem. He got a short injury. It was something in his knee. It might have been knee tendonitis or something like that. He didn't have a major injury.
I know he got injured.
But
yeah.
They have the potential of just figuring it the fuck out.
They have
having a massive window.
That's a big
just grind it out.
That's a bench 3.
Just the team has so much fucking potential.
Moody, Kuminga, Wiseman.
I just don't like the idea of getting rid of all the young players just to get a bunch of old players and fitting Curry like this. The thought that Curry's only has 3 years left. Curry has like maybe 4, 5 years left. He can play till he's 38. He's a small player. He shoots. He doesn't run to the rim a lot. He doesn't jump a lot. So his knees are good. He has a chance to play till he's 38.
He's gonna play till he's 40.
Nash played till he was 40.
Like Steve,
Grant Hill played till he was 40, 41. Vince Carter played till he was 42, I think is what it was.
Yeah, literally.
That man was 56.
Like, Luis Scola still playing and he's 40, whatever it was that we looked up. So Curry
42.
has the potential. If he could stay healthy, obviously he has knee issues. He fucked up his hand. Everything's good now. He had an MVP caliber year.
His ankle issues. They
do have the potential to be a really good team with years to come up. CP3-esque. In the next 3 years, Moody, Kuminga, and Wiseman might be ready to take the next step over Curry. Curry decides, I'll go from scoring 30 to scoring 17, 18 points a game and just racking up assists. Because Curry's on the court, you're going to guard him no matter what. We saw what the Bucks did with Harden, and Harden was injured. They guarded James Harden like it was 100% James Harden. Just the threat of Curry being out there for the next couple of years is going to benefit these guys, and I think they should just keep him. Just keep all your young studs. Just
stop hating on your own players, Warriors fans.
Stop hating on your players, man. Seriously.
Hey, man. If I was the coach, it'd be different.
I want to say, I think
we'd have no cap space.
I think Nick Wright said it when Jalen Suggs fell from 4 to 5 to the Magic, that the Warriors should have made a call. Because if they were looking for a ready-to-win-now player,
Jalen Suggs,
they should have went and got Suggs. I'm trying to think. I don't know if it was Nick Wright, now that I think about it. But when I figure it out, I'm going to let you guys know.
So Jalen Suggs went to the Kings?
He ended up going to the Magic at 5.
That sucks.
But if you wanted a ready-to-now plug-in player that's going to instantly impact your team, Jalen Suggs, trading up for Suggs could have been something the Warriors needed. And the more I think about it, the more I absolutely love the thought of Jalen Suggs on Golden State. I'm not even going to lie.
That sucks for Jalen Suggs.
I would have loved that.
No cap.
I would have loved it.
I mean, yeah, you went to the NBA. I'm happy for you got drafted, but you're on the worst team.
Man, he's chilling in Orlando. You think he'd give a fuck?
No, he don't give a fuck. He's going to play.
He's definitely not chilling. I'll tell you that.
He's caking right now.
Yeah. No, this year will be another competitive year. More teams got better. Some teams stayed the same, but even them staying the same, still great. I'm just ready for the basketball to come back. Off season's done.
I'm already ready too.
But can we get some games going again? And I know summer league's going on. I just don't know where to watch it. So,
the summer league and they're I think NBA TV, NBA Network, whatever it is, you can find them. You can look up online live streaming sites. They'll be up there.
We're not promoting those. Those are no.
We don't use Promise.
No, not Stream East, not Buck Streams, none of those.
All right, we'll wrap it up here. We'll end this week's episode. We'll be back next week with some more topics, obviously. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, notification bell, turn on the noties, follow on every social media you can find us on, upload weekly videos, just trying out different things for you guys. Still got to make some more improvements for y'all. Jeremy's on a water jug challenge.
Comment and tell me what you think is in here. First person to guess and comment correctly gets $10 from me personally on Cash App.
You know someone's going to say it's like rum.
Hey, anybody can say whatever it is. It's brown like Hennessy. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Love y'all. Stay safe.
Word.